Hi, I'm Danny with eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at our Blue Ox Patriot flat toe braking system on our 2024 Ford Maverick. So there are going to be 5 main components to your flat toe setup, starting here with your base plate, and that is going to be the hardware that will attach to the frame of your vehicle that allows you to directly attach to your tow bar. And your tow bar here is going to be the device that attaches to your hitch on your motorhome. And you will also have safety chain cables. Those are just going to be for any towing setup, just in case something fails, that these will catch the vehicle. And speaking of safety, you're also going to need a braking system that will stop your vehicle, and also a 7-pole wiring kit, so you can do your diode wiring in the back so all your blinkers work when you're going down the road. So we are flat towing a Ford Maverick today, and this will need a couple of extra components to make your flat towing safe and legal. So one of them being your brake light relay. So your Ford Maverick is going to override your turn signals when you're pressing on the brake in your motorhome due to the braking system in place. So you're going to need this device where your turn signals will still work with your foot on the brake. So say you're going around a turn and you're pressing your brakes to slow down, you still want your turn signal to come through on your Maverick. And the next component for our Maverick is a charge line kit. This will just allow a little trickle charge to the battery, since our braking system is reliant on the 7-pole, and so it won't be dead when you're ready to tow. And one component you may need is a high-low adapter. And to figure out if you need that, you can get the measurement from the center of your base plate hole here to the ground. Ours is about 14 inches today. And next you want to measure to the center of your hitch pin opening. So if it's over plus or minus 3 inches, you're gonna need a high-low adapter like we did today. We just got a 6-inch and we got within that range. With this device, it is portable, so you will have to take it out and put it back in every time you're ready to flat tow. If you are looking for a more permanent device, we do have a Dimco option, but the caveat is the install is a lot more in depth than this one. This is pretty easy. You can just throw it in and get it set up very quickly. Another cool thing about having a portable braking system is if you have multiple cars you're flat towing, you can take this in and out, and it's pretty easy. You just have the one unit. Or if you're planning on, selling your vehicle and getting a new one to flat tow, then you can easily take this along. So when you're setting up your braking system on your Maverick, you first want to take out your floor mat here. And we remove that so the device doesn't get hung up on the rubber and it can smoothly go back and forth while braking. And before I set this in there, I wanted to show that the brake claw here is adjustable. So it's got these 3 Phillips head screws that you can adjust these to fit most any pedal size. It also comes with another claw, so if you have a very big pedal, it can accommodate that as well. So for our Maverick today, I set it at the lowest setting just to get the tightest clamp possible. And now with my seat pushed back as far as possible, I'm going to just set this inside. I'm going to press down on the claw and get it up around my pedal here. Now it is recommended to get it around the arm of the pedal as well, just for extra security. And now I'm going to go ahead and plug my 12-volt power in and my breakaway switch. On our Maverick today, we have a very thin seat here, so we did opt to get a seat stiffener that is sold separately, but that just Velcros on, and that will make up for the difference. We're going to set this a little high here, push our seat forward, and that will evenly distribute the weight while it's pushing so it can properly brake. So this is the coach controller that will be in your motorhome. But for setup, I have it plugged into our 12-volt outlet on our vehicle. That's why I have it in accessory mode. We are going to have to turn this into hybrid mode because our Ford Maverick is a hybrid today. So what you do is you just hit the force up here, and you're going to want to subtract, hit the minus, until it goes to the H, which is hybrid mode. Just press OK, and you're good to go. So with the seat pushed up, just touching this plate here, but not too far, you're going to want to hit setup. And that's going to test it. And it may push it back, so I'm going to set the seat up just a tiny bit further and test it one more time. And once you're liking how everything's going, you're all ready to go. So as you can see, the setup for this device is very simple. You just throw it in there, and there's just some minor adjustments with a little bit of wire routing. But if you're doing the full flat tow setup, please feel free to check out our dealer locator, and we can find a professional to do the whole setup for you. Or if you have any questions, please give us a call, and we can tell you what device is needed for your vehicle. But without further ado, let's get into the install. So first off, we're going to get our breakaway switch, and we're going to mount it to our base plate. It does give us a nice bracket to mount it to. I'm going to get my bolt and nylock nut here, get that on. Now we're going to take our cable and we're going to route it to our brake switch. This is going to plug into our braking unit in the cab. So I'm going to go ahead and run it this way. Probably eventually tie it to base plate itself. Go ahead and plug this in. So now I'm going to go ahead and run this end up into the cab, and I'll go ahead and show you the path I'm going to take here. Now I went ahead and ran this up into the engine bay just like I did the diode wiring here. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull this over, and there's a grommet right by this orange wire. I already cut an X in, and I fed my airline tube through. So now I'm going to tape this and pull it into the cab. So something we've already installed that does not come with the kit is this 12-volt outlet. You will need this because you need constant power for the braking system to work. You can't use your factory outlets because those time out after a little bit. So what we did, we just routed this to the engine bay, grounded it, and routed it to the battery. And here's the other end of that 12-volt outlet here. This is the power side. It comes with a fuse in there. So we routed it through that same grommet, and I'm going to go ahead and attach it here to the jumper post on our battery. And then our ground is already grounded here. I just used a factory ground on this frame here. So this is the coach controller that will be in your motorhome, and you're going to want to subtract, hit the minus, until it goes to the H, which is hybrid mode. So with the device in place, the seat pulled up, and it in hybrid mode, we can go ahead and hit our setup. If you want to test your breakaway switch, you can go ahead and pull this pin, mimicking it breaking off the motorhome, and test to see if that actuates the brake controller as well. Okay, I'll go ahead and pull it now, and we'll see what it looks like. So with everything installed and working properly, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out and connect it to our motorhome. And that was a look at our Blue Ox Patriot flat tow braking system on our 2024 Ford Maverick.